Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is another episode of Evan Ranks. We're getting another guest on here. My beautiful fiance, Emma Rose, is popping on the podcast.
Hello.
She's trying to work on talking loudly into the mic. It's an experience we're both working on, but it's going to be a fun episode. We're going to be trying some beer here. The past couple alcohol episodes have been a big hit, so I found a variety pack of other Star Hill beer, and I wanted to try that with some guests. So to start this off, I'm going to let Emma Rose thank our sponsor here. Emma Rose, who's her sponsor? And she doesn't know. Our sponsor is Walker's Home Services.
Yeah. Walker's Home Services.
We are thanking Walker's Home Services for sponsoring the podcast. And as Emma Rose knows, they don't donate any money, but they donate positive vibes. And in this world of free podcasting, free music, positive vibes go a long way, especially in 2024. So thank you, Walker's Home Services. We're going to start trying some beer. Emma Rose is definitely not a fan of one of these beers. It's a PBR. It's going to be our first one. I love PBR, truth be told. It was brewed. It's the third oldest beer in the U.S. 1844 in Milwaukee. We're going to give Milwaukee a shout out because I believe it's kind of near Green Bay-ish, and the Packers are currently shitting on the Cowboys. So here's the PBR and the Packers. I'm going to try it. Emma Rose is going to try it. And then we'll rank all 5 of these at the very end. You can pass on that one if you don't want to try it.
Yeah, I know what it tastes like.
Do you like PBR?
No.
Your face says no. Well, like if you were to drink a shitty cheap beer, what would you drink? Miller's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair. I feel like PBR kind of tastes like Miller's.
No, Miller Lite's better. That's better than Coors Light.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I'll take that. I will take that. So if you're not familiar, PBR stands for Pabst Blue Ribbon. And for some reason, do you think of rabbits when you think of PBR?
No.
I think of rabbits when I think of PBR. I don't know why. I think there's a I think maybe the blue ribbon I associate with like the blue. There's like an ice cream flavor.
Blue Bunny?
The Blue Bunny. Maybe that. See, there you go. That's why that connection. I really like PBR, so I'm going to take another sip. Do you want to take another sip?
No.
No? Okay.
Not even supposed to be drinking, technically.
Well, you're just having sips. You're just having. She's doing like 72 days hard. It's like a.
No, it's not. It's just me and Claire doing I don't know.
It's a workout challenge.
And
you're not supposed to drink copious amounts of alcohol, which there's about 12 beers sitting here.
We're doing 3 drinks a week, and I've already surpassed that.
Okay, well, you're just having a couple of sips. Just having a couple of sips. It's okay. To keep this podcast rolling.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. We're going to something that Emma Rose had purchased and ended up not drinking. She's going to have to suffer through it and try it at least. I know she has had it before, but for the point of the podcast, we are trying this for the very first time. Have never had it before. It is the Orange Smash by Devil's Backbone. It's not a beer. It's in a can, so it works for the podcast. One of the Star Hill cans was used in the other variety pack, which is why I can't use that and needed some guest beers for our ranking. So 7.5% alcohol, citrus vodka, drinky poo, if you will.
It's like an Orange Crush.
Hence the name, I guess, right?
Yeah, they probably can't say an Orange Crush. That's probably like trademark.
They probably can't. So, as Emma Rose takes her sip, the product description of this award-winning beer, fresh crushed citrus in real vodka. It's not fake vodka. It's not fake vodka. It's not a placebo, but it's basically a vacation in a can. So they essentially take real vodka, orange juice, and lemon lime, and throw it all together and make this. Yeah, that's what let's cite my sources here. That's what https://drizzly.com says this is made out of. Did you know it's gluten-free?
Well, yeah, it doesn't have any like hops juice or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. I'm not a connoisseur like yourself. So we drank that one. It's fruity.
Waterbirds are better than these.
Okay. Shout out Waterbirds. We don't have any, but
that's what I thought this was gonna taste like when I bought it. Actually, I think you bought these.
It kind of tastes like a creamsicle in a way, like a shitty orange creamsicle. No. I'm not a fan of that, honestly. I like other ones, but again, moving on. It's difficult when you have a guest on here. I mean, I feel like we're trying to have a conversation while also talking to you all, the listeners.
But you don't have to. I think we could just have a conversation.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not. I'm still learning. Everybody knows I'm still learning.
That's what the toast does.
They just have a conversation.
Yeah, they don't talk to the camp. They don't talk. They just talk amongst each other.
Maybe you should be my co-partner then. You could be on the podcast every time I have one. That way, then I start getting used to having. So we're not talking to. Yeah. Because that was my ultimate goal when I wanted to have a podcast. I feel like I'm my authentic self, my funny self, when I can go back and forth with someone.
Think about it.
Okay. All right. We got a maybe. Next up on the list, we're gonna keep it citrusy. Virginia peaches. I don't know why they put this in a winter heavy pack. I feel like this should be released in the spring or summer. But Virginia peaches, we'll let you look at the can if you are watching the YouTube video. When you do these alcohol videos, my good friends, I expect you to both watch the YouTube video and the Spotify. You could mute it. I don't know, but like for the views, I'm trying to get monetized. Maybe Hunter can actually be a sponsor and we could pay him if I get big. So watch the YouTube video, look at these beautiful cans, and listen to the Spotify. But there's peaches all around it. It's a vibrant orange, and it reeks like
a peach Jello shot.
Yeah. What do you use with your peach Jello shots? Well, Evan Williams, right? Evan Williams peach. I don't even want to drink it anymore. That just made me kind of like throw up in my mouth. Ooh. All right, and we'll do the same thing. So it's rocking at a nice 5.1% alcohol content. What is ABV? Alcohol beverage value?
Alcohol by volume.
By volume. Okay. All right, 5.1%.
That makes the most sense.
That sounds right. It's an American wheat ale, and it is a bright, fresh wheat ale with juicy peach aromas, tart tutti fruitiness, balanced with Christmas and floral hops. No, but that's fun. It's a nice little play on words there. I'm not even going to tell you what the hops, or the malts are. Say that again. Hallertall. I feel like it's Hallertau. Tau. T-A-U. Tau. Okay. Can I try it again? Did you already take your sip?
Sure.
What'd you think of it?
I think it would be good, on the beach. Really cold.
I feel like that's really light.
Straight out of the cooler at the beach. It would be good.
I would even go to the weird extreme, and I don't condone this by any means, but ice chips. Like Chick-fil-A ice. If you drink it fast enough. If it doesn't...
I don't care about ice like some people do.
Okay. On that note, we're going to keep moving on.
You don't have to.
Which one do you want? Okay, let's do this one just because I like drinking this one. This is called the Tea Walk. I'm just kidding. It's called the Camel Walk. It's a lovely can. Honestly, this might be one of my favorite cans that I've ever seen. It's got a bunch of camels.
Is your Facebook cover photo?
Sorry. Yeah. Do you remember that? Why did I do that?
Because you had never changed your Facebook cover photo since you had a Facebook, and you're like, I'm gonna change it.
I changed it. That's all right. On the graphic that you'll see for this podcast, it'll have the cover photo that I used. It was camels walking in the desert, and I did have a couple random people because I didn't realize you could turn off the show your feed.
Yeah, so like popped up on your feed that you changed it.
Yeah,
So then people thought you were like in the
everybody thought
desert
I was
or,
in
like
Egypt.
went on a trip.
They're like, "Yo, dude, that's so cool. You traveled to the Middle East." And I was like, "No, I just picked a cool picture. I fuck with camels."
You fuck with camels,
Honey,
Evan.
like that's a young hip saying. You know, I fuck with it. Like,
Fuck camels.
no, I don't. Don't listen to a word she says.
Do you still want me to be your co-host?
She's not a credible source. This is her first time on the podcast, and she's claiming allegations that I fuck camels.
You said it.
No, I said I fuck with camels, as in I like camels. The dromedary camel. I was going to list off some fun camel facts because I'm an animal enthusiast, but apparently I do much more than research camels. Not true. It's an oatmeal. It's an oatmeal stout. Actually, did you not get that video I sent you yesterday?
No.
Someone sent me. Where's my phone at? I don't have my phone on me. I don't remember who sent it to me. It might have been Jake Eager. But it was like these dudes, and it was like when you forget to close the door and you own a camel.
No, I said that to you.
Did you send that to me?
Yeah.
And the camel's just like walking through the inside of the house.
Pantry.
Can we get a camel?
No.
All right. Well, let's try the beer at least. Let's get back on topic.
No, I said, do you wish I was a camel?
Some days I do. I don't have any fun topics on camels other than apparently I sleep with them. But 6% alcohol. And
I've had better stouts than that.
You got to remember it's coming from a can though. Don't like it?
No.
I love it.
Because he loves camels.
This is terrible. This is really bad. I don't understand why you have to shit talk me and my love for camels. Right now, that's the front runner for me. What about you? Is the beer just that bad that you don't like any others?
I just don't like any of these very much.
I don't think you're gonna like this one.
Probably not.
All right, well, I'm gonna give that to you and pull up my fun facts here.
Ugh, it stinks.
Whiter Shade IPA. I feel like in the year
disgusting.
I feel like in the year of 2024, you shouldn't have beer called Whiter Shade. But that's just me. It's a 7.5% IPA, or in case you didn't already know and you're not observant like myself, an India Pale Ale is an IPA. But I'm going to show you the can as well. So it's got a bunch of flowers, nighttime, kind of like Alice in Wonderland vibes with you guessed it, a jackrabbit, or a jackalope. Sorry, not a jackrabbit. It's a jackalope. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I can't help the burps. But it's got a jackalope on the can. And before I start going into this, I don't know, pot-ish explanation of what this beer is, I have a jackalope head in the basement, perfectly situated for when Emma Rose walks down the stairs, that she gets scared by seeing a floating jackalope head. I'll have to show you guys. But pretty cool little connection there that it's on this can. So a Whiter Shade IPA why do they start it like that?
Immerse yourself?
Immerse yourself in an out-of-mind IPA experience full of fruity, floral, and citrus notes with a delicately soft and mellow mouthfeel.
I mean, any description on any beer is BS. Nothing ever tastes like what it says.
I don't think that's true.
That's true.
I think they just
Except for the banana bread beer.
I think they just went
I need to find
I think they went too serious with this description.
They always do.
7.5% alcohol. Hops featured are equally as weird as the explanation of this beer. Galaxy and Falconer's Flight, along with some citrus hops.
Those are probably just the names of the hops.
They are.
Yeah, you said the description's weird. That's just what.
No, the description that they describe Whiter Shade is weird, and it's weird hops names. Like the hops names are equally as weird as the description is what I meant.
see.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I say that a lot.
You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, there isn't anything wrong with that.
You said that a lot too.
If you're watching the YouTube video, you get a lot more out of the facial expressions and the giggles. On Spotify, you're probably like, why are they not talking? What's going on?
We are talking.
No, but there's some brief pauses in which it's like, all right, who's going to say something next? But we're just kind of like giggling at each other.
Giggling. That's it.
That's all the beer.
I wish we had vodka transfusion.
All right, transfusions
We
are
should
good.
rate all the water birds.
There's only 3. I think they have ranch water, citrus squeeze, and
I think there's another one.
transfusion. Yeah, hold on. Hold please.
Those are good. I like those.
I think all women like water birds.
Look, there's a lot.
Look, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
All right, tequila margarita, hard body, ranch water, tequila pineapple, vodka transfusion, vodka citrus squeeze.
I had the cranberry one, I think.
All right, well, we just got to find them and spend $20 for 4
that would be
beers.
expensive.
I mean,
No, at IGA you can make your own pack.
yeah, but they don't have the cans. They don't have individual cans of them.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty positive. They only sell those in the small 4 boxes or 4 cans in a box for $400. It's ridiculous, dude. The price of
More
beer is
expensive than
dumb.
High Noons.
They are more expensive than High Noons because, like, all right, let's say 4 of them are $10.99. I think I'm exactly on the dot.
Size.
They're different sizes, but you only get 4 of them for $10. Whereas High Noons, you at least get 8 for $17. They're like $16.99.
I'd have to do some math.
No, the High Noons are more bang for your buck. And you could load them
But
up.
they're
You could pour
skinnier.
vodka in them.
You could put vodka.
No,
in
I'm
those.
sure they're the same exact. Just because they're a skinnier can, they're taller. They're the same amount of fluid ounces. It's all 12 fluid ounces. But let's get to our rankings. So I'm gonna let you do yours first, and then since I'm the podcast host, I'm gonna do mine and take a sip of each of them. Since you're doing your little goal, I don't want you to have to take an extra sip.
Yeah, I'm not drinking anymore.
But let's get your
And I
rankings.
have to go to bed kind of soon.
Okay, well, 5 is going to be the worst, and 1 is going to be the best.
Okay.
1 through 5, I'm going to lay them out for you so you can see what you're working with. All right, give them to me.
5 is the IPA.
Okay,
Disgusting.
all right. That is the whiter shade IPA at number 5.
Then probably a PBR.
Okay.
Then probably I didn't like this stout.
Okay.
I'm doing it in like if I would actually drink an entire can of these.
All right, that's fine.
Then the Virginia Peaches, then an Orange Smash.
Okay. You and I are going somewhat on the complete opposite end of things. Can I ask why you didn't like the stout? Like, what was it that... I know you've had better, okay, and it's come from a
It doesn't
can,
taste like
but...
a stout. It tastes like
It's because it's...
thin.
That's because it's an oatmeal stout. Oatmeal stouts are usually a little bit thinner than regular.
It says cream. I didn't taste any of those things.
Okay, all right, well, judgy. My turn.
Isn't that the point of this podcast, to judge things?
No, we're not judging things. We're
Technically, you
ranking
are.
things.
Yeah, off
No,
of a judgment.
Yeah, but judgment sounds so negative.
No, you can judge lots of things.
Okay, well, this will be her one and only time on the podcast. She's never
Well, that went.
she's
That went
never
from one
coming back
extreme
on
to the other
here.
because you said you be my permanent co-host.
Yeah, that was before I saw how you did on the podcast. You
I
have.
think I'm doing pretty well.
She failed this interview miserably. All right, my
I'm
turn.
a better podcaster than you.
I'm going to leave that to the wankers to decide on that one. You might have some family supporting me and following the Instagram, but it's Evan Ranks, not Emma Rose Ranks. You're being blessed. I wanted you on here. You are my lovely fiance, and I wanted you to participate in something that I really enjoy. This is like my passion right now. Some people get it. Some people get into like knitting or woodworking. I'm podcasting, and I want you to be.
That camels are also your passion.
Can we get off the topic of camels?
Okay, just rank these.
All right. Frankly, Orange Smash from Devil's Backbone is not a beer.
It's not claiming to be a beer. Nowhere on there does it say.
Okay, well that's my personal fault for not buying the proper materials in order to make this the best podcast available. But this is going to be last. Actually, I'll be generous. And the Virginia Peaches, this is not my favorite beer by any means. Virginia Peaches is going to be number 5. Let me take a sip here. Number 5 to the Peaches. Number 4 to the Orange Smash. Number 3 goes to the Whiter Shade. That really is. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That might be the worst IPA I've ever had.
All IPAs taste the same.
That's not true.
They smell like.
Have you ever had the Six Lord from Basic City? Actually, we're going to get spontaneous. I'm going to be the one that has to drink this later, but
Ew.
Try this one. I just got the foam off.
Disgusting.
It might be disgusting, but tell me that does not
like
taste
grass.
But that tastes different than the other one. Anywho, Whiter Shade IPA is going to be number 3. Number 2 is going to go to, and I was trying to do research to decide on what song this is, and I could hope you guys help me out. Google says it's Beer Never Broke My Heart, but I listened to it and I didn't hear him say, Cold Can of PBR. But he does. Cold Can of PBR goes at number 2. Old Faithful Delicious. And then, last but not least, I guess it's obvious based on my love for camels. The Camel Walk is going at number 1.
Have you ever just marry it?
Have you ever thought that maybe I like the Camel Walk because I like our friend named T-Walk? So I have I already have a positive association with the last name Walk. I mean, Walker's Home Services is our sponsor.
That's what I would say too. I was obsessed with camels.
When have I ever talked about camels other than right now?
I don't know. That's why I was kind of shocked.
Yeah. My name's Evan. This is Evan Ranks, and I like camels. Is that how we're going to end it?
We can end it however you want.
Okay, well, to give you guys the brief refresher, because this podcast solely revolves around rankings, Emma Rose's rankings were as followed. The Whiter Shade IPA at number 5, the PBR at number 4, the Stout, the Camel Lover at number 3, the Virginia Peaches at number 2, and then the Orange Smash at number 1. My rankings are very different in Virginia Peaches at number 5, Orange Smash at number 4, Whiter Shade at number 3, PBR at number 2, and to finish it off with the Camel Walk. It's been a pleasure. I can't talk. Obviously, the beer's talking to me a little bit. I tried recording this earlier by myself. I really wanted Emma Rose to participate, so we are re-recording.
Are you regretting your decision?
No, I think this is going to be, honestly, so my best podcast so far. No, my best podcast so far was the college experience, and I think that was just because, like, it was one of the best structured podcasts. I kind of had a plan going into it, and I think a lot of people were interested in my college experience because I don't really talk about it too terribly much. I'm not like a big, like, I went to college and I need to tell you about it.
Seeing you pull.
All right, shout out seeing you. I still owe you $18,000. I think I think I should rep the school I owe thousands of dollars to. It's only right.
Is it?
I don't really know what we were talking about just then, but
No, you said that you didn't want me to be a guest anymore, and now you're saying you do.
and I'm thanking you for being a guest.
Oh.
I'm thanking you for coming on the podcast. You did not look forward to looking at yourself in the camera, so
We need to get a better camera.
well,
A ring light.
Did you hear that? Walker's Home Services, if you want to sponsor something,
Have a list of things we need.
there you go. A ring light, a ring camera, more beer, and
To redo my basement.
there actually, dude, can we do an endorsement? So working for the radio station, I know how endorsements work, and we still pay you to do the work, but you do it discountedly, and for your services, I will continue to. This is kind of like a blackmail. If you don't do our goddamn basement, I'm not gonna shout you out anymore.
Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're great people. But that's gonna be it for Evan Ranks. Again, thank you, Emma Rose, for coming on here. Really? Will you do it again?
Maybe.
We got a maybe. The other guests that have been on, which have consisted of Jake and Hunter, I know they both will be on. I got a list of other people. You stepped over the list. So I was going to have someone unknown that I won't disclose come on the podcast. And you probably said that too quietly that no one heard you say it.
I said it's a camel.
Okay. But it is not a camel. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but you jumped in front of a couple of people. So you should feel honored.
I think it was only because I was here.
Okay. Well, take it as a compliment if you want, but this is Evan Ranks with my guest, Emma Rose. And
They say bye, love ya.
What if I don't love all of my listeners?
Oh, then you're not a very good podcast.
Well, I do love all my
You should
listeners.
love them all.
I take literally like 4 minutes of my exit,
Yeah, we're rambling.
what is that called? Intro, exit? What's the exit version of that?
Outro.
I take my outro and I thank them for about 14 minutes.
Yeah. You're a rambler.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you to Emma Rose for being on the show. I'm going to have to finish all of these 12 beers sitting here while she goes to bed because she has to work tomorrow. Thank you to our first responders as well. But that's a podcast for a different day. We're going to stop rambling. I appreciate you all being here. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love ya.